Hi there, boys and girls, and welcome to Pajama Prayers. It's so nice to have you with me this evening. I do hope you remembered to call a friend and invite them to join us this week. Maybe Mom and Dad are watching also. I hope so. We have a great devotional planned. For tonight, our topic is bullying. Do you know what that means? Well, tonight we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about what it is, how to identify it in someone, and what to do about it. So it's going to be a great devotional, but before we do that, we're going to take just a few minutes to have a little fun with a racer puzzle. Are you ready to play, boys and girls? Good luck to you.
Would you like to have a starring role in a racer puzzle? You can! The puzzle picture is too wide to fit on the screen, so it will move slowly from one side to the other. That way, you'll be able to see the whole picture and find all of the hidden objects. The curtain has lifted and the show has begun. The first act is a magic show. The animal audience is amazed at the tricks. The magician made a rabbit appear and hid stars throughout the theater area. See if you can find the hidden stars and count out loud as you find each one. There are 25 hidden stars. In this round, you'll have 25 seconds to see the whole picture. Find the hidden stars. Are you ready to start? Let's go. How many stars did you find? If you found 10, take a bow. Okay, let's try it again. Only this time, you'll have a whole minute to find as many stars as you can. Ready? Go! How'd you do that time? I bet you found a few more. If you found 15, you were a rising star. And if you found 20 or more, you were simply magical. Okay, let's go through the whole picture and see where all 25 of the stars are hidden. watching the show are clearly impressed by the magician's rabbit trick. But I bet they're all hoping that his next trick doesn't turn out to be a real stinker.
Well, let's get right to our story for tonight. The story that I have chosen is titled Eddie the Bully. Now let me ask you this. Is all hurtful behavior bullying? Is that what bullying is? Let me tell you what it is. Sometimes things are just mean, and sometimes hurtful things are rude, and then sometimes things are bullying. So let's see how we can tell the difference. First of all, rude behavior is unintentionally done. It's a hurtful behavior that's unintentional, and it's just happens now and then. Mean behavior is intentionally being hurtful. And again, typically here and there, mean behavior happens. Bullying is being intentionally hurtful over and over again. It's a habit. That's what you do. That's called bullying. So as I read the story, Eddie the Bully, I want you to decide, is Eddie really a bully? Is he just mean or rude? What do you think? Listen very carefully as I read Eddie the Bully. Eddie the Bully. Eddie was a bully. A great, big bully. He was mean any way he could be, and any time he could be. "You're such a loser," he clucked at Rose when she came in last. "That was an easy one," he said with a laugh when Tony had trouble with a math problem. "You were born in a roach motel," he sneered at Russell. He hid Anthony's homework. He splattered paint on Melissa's art project. He tripped Emma as she was getting on the bus and off the bus. "Fat," he jeered. "Skinny," he jeered. "Average," he jeered. Well, nobody was safe. He was a good reader, but nobody wanted to sit anywhere near him during library time. And nobody tagged him during Person Monkey. "He's mean," Angela said to Marco. "Really mean," Carmen said to Sam. "Really, really mean." They all agreed. He was mean any time he could be, and any way he could be. "I have had enough," Miss Henshaw said, ruffled. "Time out, Eddie." "I've had enough," Mr. Fowler said, peeved. "Time out, Eddie." "I've had enough," Miss Klunkner said, exasperated. "Time out, Eddie." But during time out, Eddie thought of other mean things that he could do. One morning, Miss Henshaw made an announcement. "Class, we have a new student starting today," she said. "I want all of you to make her feel welcome." She glanced at Eddie. "All of you." The classroom door opened. "Class, this is Carla," Miss Henshaw said. She pointed to an empty desk. "Carla, you may sit right there." All eyes were on Carla as she made her way to her seat, right next to Eddie's. "Uh-oh, here it comes," Amy whispered. "Carla's going to get a real zinger," Tony whispered. "Eddie's going to let her have it," Ben whispered. Everyone held their breaths. Carla squeezed herself into her desk. Eddie's eyes narrowed. He grinned an evil grin and opened his mouth to speak. "I love your sweater," Carla gasped, feasting her eyes on Eddie. Eddie stuttered. "I can tell you have great fashion sense," Carla continued brightly. "Us Fastinicias should stick together." Eddie blinked, glancing down at his sweater. It was his favorite sweater. "Hey, let's do lunch!" exclaimed Carla. "I noticed on today's menu that we're having mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese." I love mac and cheese too," Eddie said, feeling a little excited. "Then whoever gets to the cafeteria first saves the other a seat," Carla squealed. "Okay?" Okay," replied Eddie. "I bet everybody wants to be your friend," said Carla. Eddie gulped. His face felt hot. "You probably get picked first for teams all the time." Eddie glanced around the room and the whole class was looking at him. Eddie felt miserable. Suddenly, he wished he hadn't been mean all the time. He wished he hadn't made fun of Tony in math class. He wished he hadn't spilled paint all over Melissa's picture. He wished that he hadn't called everybody names. He wished he could start over. "It's really tough being the new kid," said Carla. "Will you help me make friends?" Eddie brightened up. "I'd love to," he cackled. Carla beamed at him. "I knew you'd be a good friend," she gushed. Eddie felt something inside, something good. It felt good to be nice. He smiled. A great, big smile. And from then on, he was a good friend. Any way he could be, and any time he could be. The end. Well, what do you think, boys and girls? Is Eddie a bully? Or is he just being mean and rude? I think that because Eddie's behavior happens over and over again, it's hurtful and it's repeated, I think he really is a bully. I'm glad he turned it around, though. That was a great ending to that story. Not all bullies do, but he did. So let's remember, mean is intentional and hurtful. Rude is unintentional, kind of just like bad manners. Bullying is intentionally being hurtful repeatedly or over and over again to someone. All right, we're going to take a little quiz, have a little fun, play a little game. I'm going to read some examples, and you are going to tell me if the example is rude and hurtful, mean, or if it's bullying. Are you ready to play? Here we go. Example number 1. Every day you see a kid at lunch taking a friend's snack. Your friend is afraid to tell on the kid because your friend is afraid. Is your friend being bullied or just being treated mean and rude? What do you think? Give you a minute. If you said bullied, you are absolutely correct. Your friend is being bullied. Our second example, you and your sister get into a fight over clothes. She calls you mean names and says unkind things to you, and she never even apologizes. Is she being rude and mean? Or is she being a bully? Think about it. Actually, she's just being mean and rude. It's called a conflict, and we have those from time to time, and that's not bullying. We need to work that out with our words. We need to give a little bit, take a little bit, make some compromises, and work it out. That's a conflict. That's not bullying. Here is our last example. At the bus stop, some kids have been teasing a little boy about how he looks. They have been making fun of him. And after several days, you notice the little boy isn't riding the bus anymore. Was the little boy bullied? Or was he just being treated rude and mean? What do you think? If you said he was being bullied, you are absolutely correct. Boys and girls, I hope you never experience the feeling of being bullied. But I want to tell you, it is never okay. So this is how we deal with it. You can be an upstander if you're being treated, if you're being bullied, or if you see someone being bullied, you say to the bully, "Stop that. That is wrong. No, you're not going to do that to me." And stand up to the bully. That's called an upstander. You can stand up for someone else that you see as being bullied. Or you can tell an adult, and that's a very good idea. It's a good idea anyway to go to a responsible adult and let them know that either you or someone that you see is being bullied. The one thing, boys and girls, that is not okay, it is never okay to keep it a secret. Being bullied should never be kept a secret. It should always be told to a responsible adult so that it can be resolved. I hope this week, boys and girls, that you will pray and ask Jesus to help you be courageous if you ever come across a bully, and that you will take a stand for what is right and have the courage to tell and to get help. The Bible says that we should be kind to one another. That's not bullying. So let's be pleasing to Jesus and ask Him to help us to be kind, help us to show His love. And know, boys and girls, that I love you to pieces. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. I hope you will come back next Saturday night for another great devotional and invite your friends to join us. Until then, turn to someone there with you and say,
You are worth more than you know, capable of more than you think, and loved more than you can imagine. Good night.